What if I told you two best friends are tearing McLaren and potentially the entire 2025 for one season apart? That's right, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri.
I'm Lando Norris and I drive for the McLaren Formula 1 team.
My name's Oscar Piastri and I race for the McLaren Formula 1 team.
Teammates one moment, title rivals the next. But here's the twist. Their biggest problem isn't Red Bull, it isn't Mercedes, it isn't Ferrari. It's an all-out civil war. Lando Norris versus Oscar Piastri. Two drivers, one team, one dream. But in Formula One, there can only be one. In 2025, McLaren didn't just come back, they exploded onto the scene. Lando Norris, the beloved frontman, Oscar Piastri, the icy assassin. Now, as the championship clock ticks down, this isn't just a rivalry, this isn't fiction, this is the reality of 2025. And trust me, this rivalry might just go down in history alongside Senna versus Prost and Hamilton versus Rosberg. Lando Norris, the smiling Brit who walked into Formula One in 2019 as McLaren's young hope, was always known for his fun personality off-track. Twitch streams, memes.
Bounce down to Matt Baker. Stop it, Lando. Go! Oh, this is what we want. Straight. Here comes Ricciardo. It's going to be neck and neck.
I'm gonna have to ditch you if that's alright.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm serious. Yeah, I gotta go like now. So
Top. Looking sticky rolling. Oh, look at you.
no way, you carry yourself.
He quickly became the face of a new generation of drivers, but behind the smile, there was always steel. Norris wanted to be a winner. By 2021, he nearly pulled it off in Russia, just one mistake away from his first Grand Prix victory. He had proven himself as McLaren's clear number one, the future of the team. Enter Oscar Piastri, a quiet assassin, a driver who didn't waste words, didn't care for the spotlight, but let his racing do the talking. Formula 3 champion in 2020, Formula 2 champion in 2021. Back-to-back titles in the Junior Series. He was ruthless, clinical, and efficient. When McLaren snatched him from Alpine in that infamous contract battle of 2022, they knew they weren't just signing a rookie, they were signing a potential world champion. At first, the relationship between Norris and Piastri looked friendly. In 2023, Piastri's rookie season, McLaren had a rough start. Both cars were off the pace. But then came the upgrades. McLaren suddenly looked competitive. Norris took podiums, but Piastri shocked the paddock by winning the Qatar sprint race, his very first victory in Formula One. It wasn't a full Grand Prix win, but it was a statement. This rookie wasn't here to play second fiddle, he was here to fight. From that moment, the seeds of rivalry were planted. Norris could feel it. Piastri wasn't just another teammate like Carlos Sainz or Daniel Ricciardo, who had shared the garage without upsetting the balance. This was different. This was a driver who could match him on raw pace, who could beat him on Saturdays, and who could steal the spotlight McLaren had carefully built around Lando. The tension grew quietly in 2024. Both drivers were evenly matched, trading qualifying results and finishing close in races. Norris had the consistency, Piastri had the flashes of brilliance. But every time the team brought upgrades, the same question echoed in the garage. Who should get them first? Who should McLaren back as their future number one? For years, the answer was obvious, Norris. But Piastri was making it a very uncomfortable conversation. And then came 2025, a new season, a new chapter. The 2025 Formula One season was always going to be explosive. McLaren had worked tirelessly through the winter, and by the time the lights went out in Bahrain, it was clear. The Papaya team had built a car capable of fighting at the very front. For the first time in years, McLaren had a genuine shot at the World Championship. But there was a catch. They didn't have one title contender, they had two. Australian Grand Prix, Melbourne. The season opener in Melbourne, the tension was palpable. Both drivers were aggressive, calculating, and hungry for victory. Piastri often got the jump off the line, while Norris looked for opportunities to overtake in the most daring spots.
Now he sees the crowd rise to applaud him as the winner. Norris weathers the storm. The British driver sees the checkered flag first. Lando Norris wins the Australian Grand Prix.
Chinese Grand Prix, Shanghai. In China, Piastri took the checkered flag ahead of Norris, showing the maturity and poise of a championship contender. But Norris wasn't backing down. He was there consistently close, pushing his teammate to the limits every lap. Bahrain Grand Prix, Sakir. The rivalry escalated in Bahrain. Side by side into tight corners, inches separated them. Norris attempted a daring inside at the hairpin, only to be held off by Piastri's defensive line. The crowd was on their feet as both drivers showcased McLaren's raw pace and unrelenting competitiveness.
Oscar Piastri wins the Bahrain Grand Prix for just his 4th win in Formula One.
Miami Grand Prix. Miami. Miami became another battleground. Piastri's smooth consistency clashed with Norris's fearless aggression. In the end, Piastri emerged victorious, taking his 3rd win in a row.
Oscar Piastri wins the Miami Grand Prix. 3 Grand Prix victories in a row. It's a 1-2 for the team.
Monaco Grand Prix, de Monaco. Monaco saw another tense qualifying duel. The two McLarens were unstoppable, trading pole positions and victories like gladiators in the arena, each lap a test of skill, nerve and sheer bravery.
Lando will join the legendary winners of this race. Lando Norris wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
Spanish Grand Prix,
Barcelona.
In Spain, McLaren locked out the front row, with Piastri securing pole and Norris alongside him. Piastri maintained his lead off the line, while Norris was overtaken by Max Verstappen. Despite a strong recovery, Norris couldn't close the gap to his teammate. Piastri's flawless performance extended his championship lead over Norris to 10 points.
Oscar Piastri, who wins his 5th Grand Prix of the year. Piastri takes the Spanish Grand Prix.
Canadian Grand Prix, Montreal. Then came Montreal, where the championship battle reached a boiling point. Into the first chicane, inches apart, Norris misjudged and collided with Piastri. Front wing destroyed, race over for Norris. Yet he owned his mistake immediately, a rare show of accountability under pressure.
I just misjudged it. It was all my mistake. I take full blame, so I apologise to my whole team and to Oscar for attempting something like that.
Piastri, unshaken, maintained his momentum, keeping his championship lead alive. Austrian Grand Prix, Red Bull Ring. The Austrian Grand Prix featured a thrilling race-long battle between the McLaren teammates. Norris fended off Piastri's persistent challenges.
Lando Norris wins the Austrian Grand Prix.
This win marked Norris's 3rd of the season and narrowed Piastri's championship lead to 15 points. British Grand Prix, Silverstone Circuit. The British Grand Prix was a dramatic affair, with rain affecting the race's dynamics. Piastri was penalised with a 10-second time penalty for a safety car infringement.
It's a 10-second time penalty for Oscar Piastri.
Norris capitalised on the opportunity, securing his 1st ever win at Silverstone and his 4th of the season. Piastri finished 2nd, but the penalty kept him 10 points ahead in the championship standings.
In 2025, it's Norris's name on the trophy. Lando Norris wins the British Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri will say the penalty was so unfair, but it's a McLaren one too.
Belgian Grand Prix, Spa-Francorchamps. The Belgian Grand Prix was marked by wet conditions leading to a delayed start. Once underway, Piastri overtook Norris to take the lead. Despite late pressure from Norris, Piastri held on to win, extending his championship lead over his teammate.
Oscar Piastri wins the Belgian Grand Prix. He beats his teammate to the win.
Hungarian Grand Prix, Budapest. In Hungary, Norris emerged victorious in a thrilling battle with Piastri. Piastri attempted a late overtake on Norris but locked up, allowing Norris to maintain his lead and secure the win.
For the 200th time in Formula One, McLaren win. Lando Norris wins the Hungarian Grand Prix by 0.6 of a second. A brilliant performance from both of them.
As of the summer break, Piastri leads Norris by 9 points in the Drivers' Championship, with 10 races remaining. The intra-team rivalry remains intense, with both drivers vying for their maiden F1 title. Oscar's calculated precision versus Lando's fearless aggression. Side by side, wheel to wheel, in a battle where only one can come out on top. So, who do you think will win the 2025 F1 title? Who will be the champion? comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.